So this time we're doing the packet that's titled Simplifying Radicals, and this is a sample problem here. It says, which expression is equivalent to the square root of 7x over 16? So you have four different answer choices, and only one of them in this case is going to be equivalent to the square root of 7x over 16. So the way we learn to do this in class is when you have a radical, a fraction inside of a radical, you can split that fraction up. We're going to rewrite this problem as the square root of 7x over the square root of 16. Okay, so that's what you should do first, and then we want to simplify the numerator and then simplify the denominator. Well, the square root of 7x is already simplified, so we're going to keep that the same. And the square root of 16 is 4. Okay? Can't simplify it any further than that, so do we see our answer in our answer choices? Yes, we do. Answer choice C. Okay, so that's how we learned how to do it in class. Now, there's one thing I want to show you guys, something that you can do on the SOL, but you're not going to be told to do it. You just have to know that this is something that you can always use if you forget how to do a problem. Okay, this is helpful on multiple choice problems such as this one, where there's only one variable, x. Okay, choose any random number for x. Okay, I'm going to use 2 because it's easy to remember. Don't use 1 because you can run into some problems there sometimes. But we're just going to put a 2 in place of x everywhere we see an x. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So our original problem was, the square root of 7x over 16. Well, what I did was I put a 2 in place of that x on my calculator. Okay, so we did the square root of 7 times 2 divided by 16, and then you just hit enter, and you get this decimal, point like 9354. Goes on for a while, but that's what we have for there. So you get 0.9354, and then we're going to look at our answer choices, A, B, C, and D. Okay. Well, in answer choice A, for instance, if you put a 2 in place of the x, you're going to have 7 times 2 over 4. Well, what does that equal? You get 3.5. We want to get 0.9354. So A doesn't work, okay? Let's see why C works. Okay, so the correct answer is going to give us a matching decimal. All right, so we had, and our correct answer is the square root of 7x. So we're going to do the square root of 7, and we're going to replace x with 2. And then that was over 4. Okay, so when you guys do that on your calculator, you're also going to get, go ahead and see for yourself, you're going to get 0.9354. So, pretty cool, huh? That's something that you can do on a lot of these problems, okay? You just have to know when to do it, okay? And you get that with practice and hard work, okay? So, you guys are going to do just fine. You're going to be able to use this in several cases if you forget how to do something on a multiple choice test. So, use everything that you have to your advantage, okay? So, let's take a look at some more problems. This is another one where you can use 2 in place of x. So go ahead and do that. You're going to put 2 in place of x here and 2 in place of x here. Just remember to tell the calculator where the radicals end. You have to arrow out. But yeah, you're going to get a decimal, and then you're going to do the same thing with your answer choices until you get the matching decimal. So you can go ahead and do that, and I'm also going to show you the way that we did it in class, okay? So while you're trying that, I'm going to put the way that we did it in class, and you can compare your answer with mine, all right? So here's how we learned how to work it out in class. We had the square root of 75x cubed minus the square root of 27x cubed. All right, so you guys remember the jailbreak method? This is what we did. 75 can be rewritten as 25 times 3. X cubed is x times x times x. Okay, then the 25 becomes 5 times 5, and we have that 3 left over. So in all, 75 became 25 times 3, which became 5 times 5 times 3. Okay, and we also have x cubed, which became x times x times x. Okay, so now we're going to use that jailbreak method where you circle based on what the index is. The index is 2 when you don't see it, so we need pairs in order to make a circle. So there's a pair of 5s, there's a pair of x's, okay? One makes it out, the other doesn't. So 5x is what makes it out, and everything that was left uncircled stays in. So we get 5x radical 3x. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with 27x cubed. So we had minus the square root of 27x cubed. Well, 27 is 9 times 3. And our x cubed is x times x times x. We'll keep going. 9 becomes 3 times 3. Bring that 3 down. Bring those down. All right. Now we're ready to do the jailbreak. All right. So this time we're going to have minus 3x radical 3x. So minus 3x radical 3x. So they're both simplified, and in order to add or subtract radicals, you have to have like radicals. So you look inside, that 3x's are the same, right? So it's a lot like combining like terms. You're going to subtract the coefficients. So 5x minus 3x is 2x, and our radical will stay the same. So 2x radical 3x is your answer, okay? Well, there it is. Now, if you put a 2 in place of x, the original problem, and then did the same thing with all of your answer choices, answer D is going to be the only one that gives you a matching decimal, okay? So remember that that's always an option, okay? Not a bad idea to give that a try. So on this next problem, you could use that strategy we just learned where you put a 2 in place of x, but you also have a y, all right? So you'd want to use a number like 3 in place of y, okay? And you have to be consistent. Everywhere you have an x, you put a 2. Everywhere you have a y, you put a 3, and then you match the decimals, okay? Also, though, this one, you know, the fourth root is hard to get to on your calculator. Again, we can show you how to get to that. But for this one, I'm going to show you the way that we learned in class, okay? So I put exponent over index there because, as you notice, our original problem is given to us in radical form, and then all of our answer choices are in rational exponent form. So when you have a problem like this, what you want to do is take everything that's underneath the radical, so 16x to the 15th, y to the 17th, we're going to take that out. and we're going to put those exponents over the index, which was 4. Over 4 and over 4. And the thing that people most often forget is that this 16 also has an exponent. It's a 1, all right? So we're going to have to put that over 4 as well, okay? Don't forget to do that. So you have 16 to the 1/4, x to the 15 over 4, y to the 17 over 4, okay? So when you look at your answer choices, you start to notice that, all right, well, it's starting to look like one of those, but it doesn't look exactly like it, any of them. And that's because 16 to the 1/4, if you guys do that on your calculator, can be further evaluated, okay? 16 to the 1/4, or the 4th root of 16, is 2. So your answer is going to be 2x to the 15 over 4, y to the 17 over 4, okay? When your exponents or fractions, you also want to check to see if you can reduce them. In this problem, we couldn't do that, okay? But you do have to check. All right, so what is your answer? It is D. Here's another one, okay? So get those calculators ready. We don't even have a variable here, okay? So what we learned in class is when you have a binomial times a binomial, you box them or you FOIL them, we have to multiply, right? Okay, well, let's use this to our advantage, okay? We only have 4 answer choices here, so we're going to type the original problem into our calculator. 6 plus radical 7 times 5 plus radical 7. So let's go ahead and do that. Whoops. And again, your calculator is better than this one I'm using. But we're just typing that original problem in there. Make sure you type it in correctly. Okay, and we're going to get a decimal. So you want to write that decimal down. So we got, what, 66.1? Let's say 66.103. Yeah, 66.103. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with our answer choices, and the one that gives us 66.103 is our correct answer. So go ahead, let's type 11 plus 2 radical 7, and you get 16.29. Does that match up? Nope. That does not match up. So A can be eliminated. Do the same thing with answer choice B. 30 plus 11 radical 7. I got 59.103. That doesn't match up with 66.103. So let's keep trying. 30 plus 18 radical 7. Oh, got 77.62. All right, so B didn't work. C didn't work. Well, D better work, right? So let's see. 37 plus 11 radical 7. You get 66.103. Well, I wonder what our answer choice is. It's D. All right, awesome. Our next sample problem, it's another technology type problem. So it's another one where you want to use jailbreak method. You have the cube root of 162x to the 6, y to the 7, and we have to put our answer in the box here. So you go ahead and try that on your own using the jailbreak method. Remember, if you're not sure what factors of 162 are, you can also go to y equals and put 162 over x, and that will help you factor your numbers, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put all the work up here because I'm running out of time, and you guys probably can't wait to do some practice problems. So let's see what we get. All right. So there's the work for you to copy down. Ask us questions if you have them. And here's how you do the last one. It's like the problem that we did 2 problems ago, only you're going the opposite way. So just to make it quick, I showed you the work, and ask questions if you have.